Hey, everybody, welcome to another Tuesday night chat. Bull ring. Rosie couldn't be here tonight. She texted me earlier. She's actually helping with, I guess it would be relief efforts to people that has lost their homes and what have you. And my done. Okay, there we go. Rookie asked me. Anyway, so she's not gonna be here, but I scrounged up some gutter trash, and we're gonna have a chat anyway. And here we go. And I'm gonna start with a crazy Scotsman. Would you like to do an intro? And if you want to, go ahead and do an update on the giveaway going on.
All right. Well, I appreciate you having me on as always, TR. Always fun to be here and interact with all you guys. It's an awesome panel. I know you got Coda on here, but we'll bypass that one. Anyway, it's been a long week, but tomorrow night is the giveaway for CMAX, and tomorrow night is the reloading package, which basically everything is there except the brass, bullets, primers, and powder. So that one's going to be pretty big. So far, we have 161 entries for that one. And for anyone that's wondering, that will be on TR's channel. We have something pretty special planned for that. So all you guys watching it will be on TR's channel tomorrow night.
Yep. Hopefully that'll work out real good for us. Just trying to get more people involved, more people seeing it, you know. Anyway, Rick, is your 6 covered? Would you like to do an intro, brother?
Hello and welcome, everyone. Hey, everybody on the panel. Nice talking to you. And external, thanks for supporting TR's channel. So appreciate it. Thanks again. Should have a great time. We got lots to talk about. We just don't know what it is yet. And you guys have a standby to find out.
Coda Boy 32, would you like to do an intro?
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me here, TR. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be in your panel. It's a great bunch of guys here. Scotsman, thank you very much for all you do for the community in CMAX. Blue, thank you for being blue. And then Rick, you're just Rick. That's all I can say. But thanks very much, and we look forward to having everybody. And hi, everybody. That's it.
Thanks for joining in, man. I appreciate it. Blue 823, would you like to do an intro?
I've really got nothing going on. Thanks for the invite, as always. Chat room is filling up, as always, so ready to get this thing rocking and rolling. That's really all I got.
I don't forget. We was talking about something. Oh, I don't remember what it was. Coda Boy, would you like to elaborate on the subject you was talking about just a minute ago?
All right. So we were talking a few minutes ago, and, you know, Trump, we're talking about a little bit about President Trump, and you know, he is not without sin, and he does have a tendency to run his mouth a little bit more than, you know, the typical president does. That being said, the media takes his words and they amplify it. And just today, I'm hearing these guys talking about World War III. And it almost appears to me that the media would just absolutely love nothing more than to see a World War III. They want to make it happen. They want to incriminate this guy so bad that, damn the United States, if you're not going to make it happen, we'll make it happen, or we'll insinuate that you want it to happen to make it happen. And I mean, you got one senator on there today, and God bless it, I was listening to CNN. I don't know why, but he was saying something to the tune of, you know, if he says there's no alternative, well, the only alternative is nuclear war. Is that what he's saying? And it's just like, holy shit. You dumbasses will say whatever it takes to make this guy look bad, and in the process, you fuck the country. And I would love to see nothing more than CNN just get blown off the face of the earth. That's just, you know, theoretically speaking, of course. But it's absolutely ludicrous the way these people just they will go out of their ways to twist the words, and it doesn't matter what the outcome is, and they would love to see that. So that's what I'm getting into, is that the media is pure evil. They want to see this guy destroyed, and they don't care if the country goes down with him. So that's it.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't understand well, I do understand it, but it's pretty much like hate for Trump. You know, it's like somebody gave the media, Hollywood, all these people a free license to make fun of, criticize, just destroy the president, and it's okay. It's fashionable to do this. We should be doing this. A year ago, it wasn't. Why is it now?
And you know what's interesting is that you bring that up, the media, the Hollywood, and not even the mainstream media. You got the lady from ESPN now who made those comments on either her social media, Twitter, or whatever it was, and there's things you just don't do, and that's one of them. And outright just accusing somebody of being a damn racist, and they do it for no more reason than that's their belief and whatever, but it's not founded. But the problem is that it has become a fashionable thing. It's become okay to do this to a certain person, not to the other person. And when ESPN suspended her, then Al Sharpton immediately comes out saying how racist ESPN. The racism thing has gotten so easy to throw around that it's just truly gotten out of hand. You can't even talk. Being offended is a fashionable thing. What's next? You can't be offended if you're the president, but you can be offended if you're anybody else.
Yeah, going along with the racism card, I don't know, maybe Rick might have a little bit more information on this. There was a brand new firefighter. First day on the job, he brings a watermelon. I think it had a pink ribbon or something on top of it. He brought it to work and they fired him. They said it was a racial, something racial that he did. I don't know if there's any more on that story or if that was just it. He brought a watermelon to work.
I haven't heard that. Is that recent?
Yeah, it's like within the last 2 days.
Oh, yeah, I shut it down when I'm at home, except for YouTube. I haven't seen it.
Let me see if I can pull the story up real quick while you guys are bullshitting.
It's unfortunate that people can classify that as racist. I mean, who knows if maybe the guy he grew watermelons.
Well, to kind of go along with what Coda was saying, that the problem is they're all hiding behind the First Amendment. It's like these people on the frickin' NFL kneeling and burning flags and you name it, you know, they're all hiding behind the First Amendment. The First Amendment isn't about that. The First Amendment's there to back up the Second Amendment. No, Second Amendment.
I've got a good friend of mine.
Sure that we are able to stop the government from taking everything and rolling, you know, like the one roller. That's it. That's what it's there for.
I've got a good friend of mine. He's a police officer. I'm going to leave the town unnamed, but he's a sergeant, and you know, he's gotten to the point now where if you correct somebody of African descent, they will literally look at you, and this is what he's telling me, is that they'll actually look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then pull the race card. And it's just, you can't correct anybody. And I guess, you know, here's the thing. I'm not downplaying that there's people out there that are truly being oppressed. And, you know, there are. And I don't want to take away from that. But the problem is these people who are playing the race card are taking away from that. They're belittling the people who are truly oppressed. I mean, like, come on, football player. If you want to put your money where your mouth is, then I want to see you do that. Taking a knee during my national anthem is doing nothing but just showing you're an asshole. Okay? If you really feel the way you are, take it to another venue, then protest. Put your money where your mouth is. Spend that millions of dollars. Instead of going out and buying a $100,000 car, put that $100,000 back in your community. I'll be impressed. And I'll be more impressed if you do that, and it'll raise more eyebrows than you being a dickhead and kneeling down in my national anthem and just making a total prick of yourself. And I don't want to take over the conversation here, but these pricks. Sorry, I'm out of here.
All right, I got the story pulled up. I'm just going to kind of skim through it quickly. He's a 41-year-old probationary fireman. He just completed his training, and they appointed him to Engine 55 in Detroit, Michigan. As part of the tradition, he's to bring a gift. That's a tradition. It's not mandatory. It's voluntary, said the 2nd Battalion Chief. You come bearing gifts. The usual gift is donuts, which is not right because that's police food. But you're allowed to bring whatever you want. This guy brought in a large watermelon with a pink bow on top, and 90% of the people that he worked with are black, and they took offense to it. And he got fired.
Well, what state was this in?
Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit.
Yeah.
The
Well,
guy was coming in.
in the South, believe it or not, in case people in Michigan don't know this, and maybe that's the whole thing, I don't know. I eat fried chicken and watermelon all the time. It's not a black thing. To me, it's a Southern thing. I eat collard greens, turnip greens, watermelon, fried chicken, grits. It's not soul food. It's just fucking Southern food.
Good point.
I grew up. We had a creek in the house that I grew up in. We had a creek going in the back of the yard there. My dad would get a watermelon. He'd go put that thing in the creek, let it get good and cool, and we'd have our Sunday dinner, and then we ate watermelon. Or if we went out on a picnic and went up in the mountains, same thing. We'd find a brook, a creek, or whatever, put the watermelon in it, get it nice and cold. And after we ate dinner, we'd eat fucking watermelon, and we probably ate fried chicken.
Yeah, the watermelon was a treat, and that's the way we always looked at it. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that you can turn this thing into such a scuttlefuck that every time somebody, it's like Chicken Little, or what's his name, the kid who cried wolf. The more and more you cry wolf, the less and less effective it is. So at this point, so are we to interpret that everybody's a racist that's white, and if you're black, you're oppressed? What about the Mexicans? You know, or next thing you know, they're growing up and they're putting this whole thing out about the workers. I just want to know. I'm Irish, so what's my gig? I don't know. I'm looking for something fun to do. Who knows?
Well, I'm offended because you're Irish and I'm Scottish.
That's because you're an asshole. That's all. And you're ugly too, but that's okay. So am I.
Hey, it is what it is, dude.
I just wish I could make my beard. What does that take you, like a week and a half to do that?
Maybe about 2 and a half.
Grow it out.
6 months right here.
Dude, literally, if I shave all of this off right here, I kid you not, month and a half.
Wow. I got a kid.
And I will literally burn through 4 or 5 razor blades just shaving it off.
I got a kid that works for me, and literally, I call him Wolfman because he can grow a beard faster than anybody I've ever seen in my life. But it's not the curly. His has got the wavy locks, man. And it's just like you're such a dick. I hate you.
Yeah, I don't do the wavy locks, man. And the most waviness you get's right here where I let it grow longer.
All right, so here's the thing. Let's talk about guns, because I mean the racism thing is killing me. I don't want to talk about slide fire stocks anymore, because then everybody pushes you in a corner of like, well, if you don't support slide fire stocks, then you're anti-Second Amendment and you should burn in hell. So I'm sick and tired of that argument.
Hey, Coda, Do you think this is your channel or is it TR's channel?
Well, TR's on mute, so everybody was on mute there for about 5 seconds. I'm going to bed anyway, so y'all, what are you doing, reloading? You never reload and chat at the same time.
Checking, I'm checking.
Checking, okay. Blow something up like that. All right, TR, I'm sorry, it's your channel.
I'm just having fun because we got yelled at earlier, so I feel like I haven't let it go or something.
I wasn't yelling at y'all. I was just in case y'all didn't know.
There you go. Look at there.
Now, what was you talking about, Coda Boy? Go ahead, man.
I was talking about gun stuff, man, but I don't want to talk about slide fire stocks. You know, it's interesting to see how things have, because I really haven't listened to the news or the media. They still haven't found a motive this guy's done. They did find out he was on Valium, but other than that, they haven't found anything. So it's interesting how the whole industry or everybody in the news media has just it's the dead subject now. It's kind of weird, and the prices of with the exception of the slide fire stock, but the prices of ammunition didn't do shit, which was so very surprising. Equipment, uppers, AR-15 magazines, still the same old price they've always been. So it gives a little bit back to where the administration right now is you can sit there and say how anti they are, or you know how the NRA has succumbed to the judgment, or Trump's turned on everybody. Take a look at what's happening with the prices. They haven't moved. So the people who are sitting there saying that these individuals are anti this or they've crossed over or whatever, it's bullshit.
Well, I think honestly to jump on with that, if you think he's anti-gun, you're crazy. Honestly, what I think it is he's trying to control the situation. And if you look, just like Coda Boy was saying, ammunition prices are staying the same. They haven't gone up. The only thing that's gone up is that damn stupid stock no one cares about. No one gives a flying fuck about. That's it. That's the only thing that went up. It doesn't make it full auto. It's not even close to full auto. And if you think it is, you are insane.
It's a novelty item. I don't think they should enact any laws on it. I don't think they should act on it whatsoever. Just like we've talked about this here the other day and tonight too. I don't even know anybody that owns one, and I don't want one. But I don't think they should be illegal or have to get a ATF tax stamp, or I don't think none of that. It's like if you want to buy one and piss away ammo, go right ahead. I don't give a shit.
It's just an accessory. That's it. It's an accessory. So if you're going to start banning accessories, what else are you going to ban next? It's a frickin' accessory, nothing else.
And that's exactly right. But I mean, if you had to think of something, and like Pops was saying, you know, the next thing they're going to be after are the super high capacity mags. I've not even heard that come across there. I mean, people are pushing their legislation. Dianne Feinstein, the devil, she's always going to be trying to do something. It doesn't matter, you know. But if you had to throw somebody a bone, wouldn't you want it to be something that is worthless as that? But it made them feel good. And I'm just saying from a standpoint, because everybody's like, well, they don't negotiate with us. And I was like, well, if you had to throw them some false hope, that's what I would throw them. Because that piece of shit, even though it does, well, let's just say this. People say, well, it cuts into your rights. And I'm going, well, yeah, I guess. But if I had to throw some concession in there, that's the piece of shit that I would throw them and let them be happy for a little while, you know? I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I say don't throw them anything.
Well, I agree with you. I would say don't throw them anything. But if you had to give a choice, high capacity mags or that, and you had no option, well, I'm not throwing them anything. Well, what are you going to do at that point? You know, it's
we got a Republican held Senate, Congress, and president. Fuck them. They can cry, whine, bitch all they want. Over 50 people a month get killed in Chicago. They got the strictest gun laws in the country, or one of the strictest.
And no one says a fucking thing about it. That's the funniest part. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm not laughing at people getting shot. But it's no one says a fucking thing about it. And just like TR said, over 50 a month in Chicago alone.
Oh, I know. But that's black on black crime. You're not allowed to talk about that because that would make you a racist.
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, that's all there is to it.
Comment from the Range 1, Adios Amigos. He's talking about he says, KB, I got news for you, brother. Trump is not talking to the NRA right now. My friend is the lead NRA lobbyist in Illinois. Just introduced a bill worse than California's, and it's called HB 4017. So
what is that?
I don't know. We'd have to do some research first.
Is that the one that was worse than these assholes tried to force on the gun dealers in Chicago? I mean, in Illinois?
I don't know. Maybe he can elaborate a little bit.
Yeah. Elaborate. Elaborate. I just noted I got rid of my last Springfield that I'm going to get rid of this last week. It made me feel real good, guys. I tell you what, man. I was like, thank God. But at least I got a good trade on for it. That was for sure. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to throw anybody anything or give up any rights at all. Because and honestly, once you start letting it go for 2 seconds, they're going to say it's got traction. So that's the biggest fear. Oh, assault weapons ban? I thought they already had the assault weapons ban in Chicago, in Illinois. Oh, fuck.
Well, I agree with Mr. Holster. He just posted a comment about throwing Rosie O'Donnell. I would throw Nancy Pelosi in there, too, and fucking throw them both.
Oh, yeah. Nancy Pelosi's the biggest piece of shit that walked the face of the earth. So they want to do an assault weapons ban in Illinois. Do you think it'll pass in the House? Because, I mean, who's it going to save anybody? Those assholes up there are such pieces of shit. Especially, who's that lead jackass up there that that was pushing for the deal where it fucked the gun dealers? Oh.
I don't know. I mean, but you're talking Illinois. You're talking Chicago. I mean, from what I've seen, the Range 1 was saying that they would make it a felony if you didn't register your so-called assault weapon. I hate to even say that term, but that's what they're calling it. Your ARs, your AKs, and stuff like that. I guess that's the difference. Like, they already got the bans and restrictions, but they don't have an accurate count of what's out there. So, and I'm just spitballing here from what I've just seen in the comments. I'm assuming from what I've seen that if you did get caught with one and you didn't register it, he says gun and magazines. You got to register your magazines. How the hell you register magazines? Anyway, then you would become a felon. So,
time to move to Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't registered no freaking magazine. I don't give a shit.
Wait, I mean, what are they going to? Well, I know not that they couldn't, or are they going to put serial numbers on them? I mean, that's the stupid thing. Like, it's hard to register something that has no serial number. I mean, I've got, for example, just an example, Beretta magazines alone. If you open my safe and then you look at the side door, when the pockets and all the side door, half of it's Beretta magazines. And you can take that for what it's worth. You can fit 4 in a pocket, and there's like almost a dozen pockets, and
Half of it's Beretta magazines. So there you go.
They don't care.
That and go fuck yourself. I ain't registering shit.
And then you'll have to stamp them yourself, and then you'll have to pay for each one that's registered. $5.
Or like Rick, you can just take your serial number and take half of it off.
That's right. And then you don't know whose it is.
Can you even have a over 10 round capacity magazine in Chicago or Illinois? I don't know. Maybe you can in Illinois, but not in Chicago. I don't know the laws there.
I don't know. We'd have to ask Ed.
Yeah.
I actually worked up there for about 3 years when they were actually going through the federal lawsuit deal, Cook County. You weren't allowed to own a handgun in the city of Chicago. And you could own a shotgun, but no handgun or long. I don't know if you could own a long rifle. But you know what? The only people who adhere to that law is Rick doing a real good job counting his ammo right now. But the only people that's going to adhere to that law are law-abiding citizens. You think the gangs are going to adhere to it? You think the murder rate or anything else is going to change? Hell no. And you know what? The damn politicians, if they had any balls, they'd go fucking after the people who are actually killing each other. But again, that would be racist. So, whatever. Go down to fucking Hyde Park and have fun, boys. That's what I say.
Was there any word on the Columbus statue today?
Oh, what happened there? Oh, in Illinois or in Chicago, right? Yeah.
I didn't hear anything. I don't know if anything happened or not. Blue's usually up on that stuff.
Now there was some statues that some people like threw red paint on. Another one had looked like somebody hit something off the face of it. The nose was missing, that type of stuff. But I guess that is there a Columbus statue I think it's in New York, that is made with, I guess when people came across, I think it was the Italians. A lot of the Italians, whenever they came across and they started immigrating into the U.S., they started putting like quarters and dimes and stuff like this on, I don't know, some rock. And they ended up melting it all down, and they made a huge Columbus statue. I think it's in New York. But that one wasn't touched, and that was like supposed to be one of the biggest ones that they were going to try to go after. But I don't know. There was some guy on Fox News last night that he was an Italian, very well spoken guy. I think he's in Congress or something. But he was basically like, do you really think that these people are going to go into New York City and try to demolish a statue that basically is our Italian heritage, and some shit ain't going to get started? And he kind of started sounding like Goodfellas and analyze this, analyze that type of deal. But it was freaking hilarious. But as far as I know, it was just a couple smaller statues that weren't really protected that got some damage done.
I remember, who was it? The boys, they were talking about the Columbus Day Parade, and they were like, if Antifa wants to play, we're more than welcome to play ball with them and just set them on up. But it was interesting to hear, like you just said, man, don't mess with the Italians when it comes to their Columbus Day parades, because you're going to feel some pain from it, I guarantee it. The Knights in Columbus, I mean, there's a couple other guys out there. You just don't mess with those guys and their traditions. And that's another thing, is that this country is just, we're losing our history, or they're rewriting history to a change to how they feel. Or, gosh, what is it we feel like today? It's like, oh, this is oppressive, we need to change it. Fucking pussies. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
And you think about it, how many people, and I'm not calling out anybody's religion, anything like that. I'm not a deeply religious person. I don't go to church. I don't do this. I believe in I believe there's a God. I believe there's a hell. At least I hope there is for some people. But what are they going to do whenever they actually start going after like Christmas, that type of deal? There are people that celebrate Christmas just because of it brings family together. It really doesn't have much to do with religion anymore. But it's got to be on the chopping block here soon. It's got to be.
All right, so you're touching a fucking hard point for me right there. Anyone that says fucking happy holidays, go fuck yourself. It's Merry fucking Christmas. I hate walking into a bloody store.
Is it Merry fucking Christmas, or
that's
is
right. I hate walking in their store and some asshole says happy holidays. Dude, grow up here. It's Merry Christmas.
Well, I think they do that more out of respect for the Jewish folks out there who don't necessarily celebrate it. I don't think it's meant to be a detriment. But honestly, I think here's the thing that I really feel is that if we have a holiday, it's called Christmas, that if you don't like it, you don't have to celebrate it. You can stay your happy ass at work. And you can work that day. Okay? You're not going to get paid extra or anything else. And it's interesting how these people work. But
well, you guys got this all wrong. You got this all wrong. Every kid Antifa in the basement waits all year for Christmas because that's when Mom finally buys them the new Xbox. What are you talking about?
Or an airsoft gun.
Oh, yeah, or that's fucking gun. Awesome.
I mean, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
Like, since we're on the Christmas thing, can you guys seriously not see these assholes getting their talons sunk in on Christmas? Because every major network covers the Christmas Day parade, and there's Santa Claus at the end, and that's a pressing part of the American people. So therefore, we have to just fucking get rid of it. And if you don't get rid of it, we're gonna start rioting at it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna, Garfield going down fucking whatever that street is in New York. That oppresses me, because that's a cat that shouldn't be tied up and put off for. It's not. I don't want to get way off subject, but where the fuck does it stop? These assholes just need to fucking get a grip on fucking reality. If you don't,
that's the problem, Blue. They don't have a grip on reality, and that's the major fucking problem, and they just can't get a grip.
Well, I just see with the way things are going that it's going to be, we'll still show the fucking NFL players every Sunday. However, we're going to start getting rid of everything else on TV that has to do with anything other than whatever their mission is. I mean, I can see it happening. I can see these, I wanted to say anarchists. It's not anarchists. It's whenever you don't believe in God.
Atheists?
Atheists. I can see them with their deep fucking pockets going after these networks, filing lawsuits because these networks are shoving a religious holiday down people's throats instead of just turn the fucking TV off, watch something else. They're gonna do it. I guarantee it.
This shit will stop on November 4th, Blue.
Yeah, it will.
It's all right. So, and I know Daniel's out there watching. Daniel, don't take offense to this, man. But I believe there's something, but I don't know how to. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to piss anyone off on TR's chat, but I'm not sure what to believe. I believe there's something, but for me, it's hard to sit there and hope that something's going to happen without trying to take some kind of action myself. And I hope that makes sense to some people out there. But it's when it comes to Christmas and it comes to different things and different holidays and everything, we have these holidays for a reason. And that big reason is to come together and to celebrate together, to spend time with your families, to spend time with the people that you love. That's what it's about. Christmas, for example, is about the birth of Jesus. Okay, I get that, and I understand that. But it's a time for everyone to be together and take care of those people that you love and spend some time. Step away from all the bullshit going on out in the fucking world. Step back into reality and spend some time with the people you give a shit about.
Well, what you were kind of, and I'm not pigeonholing you into a category, But what you were kind of describing is what I kind of consider myself. I hope I don't piss anybody off or run anybody off, but yeah, I'm not a religious person, but I am agnostic. I'm not atheist. I'm agnostic. What that means is there's something out there. I'm not sure what dimensions. I'm not going to get deep. There's something out there. I believe there's something in the afterlife. There's something else going on. I don't necessarily believe the story I was told, but I do believe that there is something out there. I believe in a evil and good, a yin and yang, a black and white, as far as forces, evil, good, blah, blah, blah. I think there's something else out there going on. But when it comes to Christmas, Easter, anything else, I respect that holiday. I don't necessarily have to understand it totally, or that's my belief or whatever else, but I respect it. I will celebrate it, blah, blah, blah. You know, Christmas, I don't care what it is. You know, you don't have to disrespect something just because that's not your belief, you know?
Yeah, it's exactly it.
And you know what? And you nailed it on the head. Here's the whole thing. It's the beauty of our country is that I'm a purified Christian, man. But do I go to church? No, I was raised Catholic. I'm a firm believer in God and all the other neat stuff. I really am. I think there's a greater being out there. And then, you know, my biggest thing in the entire world is do unto others if you would like to be done too, I guess. But in all honesty, that's the way I look at it. If, you know, TR, I believe you're a good man. I want to treat you like I want to be treated. You know, you're Scotsman, you're a nutcase, but I still respect you. But here's the whole thing. Even if you're agnostic or you not particularly believe in God, do you feel it's your duty to force your non-beliefs on me? I don't force my Christianity on anybody. I don't think it's my duty to force that onto anybody. But what the hell are you doing? So anyhow, I just think it's these people who all of a sudden they feel like it's their duty to ruin our good time. Because, yeah, Scotsman, you're right. It is a great time for the families to get together and enjoy that serenity that you have, you know. And, you know, the birth of Christ. Enjoy that time frame. If you don't believe it, enjoy the peace and quiet that you have with your family, but don't push your non-beliefs on me, and I won't push my Christianity on you. And that's the beauty of the country. Where these people are screwing up is that they're coming up at us and going, if I don't believe it, then you shouldn't be screwed, or I'm going to, you know, get angry at you and dance up and down and sue you because there's a cross on that bench over there, and it just offends the shit out of me. And this goes right back to, oh, God, I'm offended. You know what?
And
the next person I hear, I'm offended.
And that's it, man. You're saying it exactly it. And the biggest point here is grow a fucking pair. If you're offended because this person said this or this person said that, just stop. I'm not here to push my agenda on you. We're here, we're all here. We all live in this country. We all support this country. If you don't like the president, that's fine. Don't like the president. But he's the president. He's the guy that's taking care of shit and making shit happen. Deal with it. Suck it up, Buttercup. Fucking deal with it.
I'd suck it up, Buttercup. And you're right, man.
People aren't sucking it up. And here's a prime example. You said something about a bench with the cross on it. Small ass town, Hicktown, USA. If you look up on anything on Fox News, CNN, it's a town not quite a ways away from me, but far enough from me. Oil City, Pennsylvania. Small ass town. It's decaying. There is like businesses are pulling out. It was like the big oil boom back in the day, and now it's basically it's not a good place anymore. But on city property, they had a bench that the local, I believe it was the VFW, had donated to the city park, and on it basically said something like, they call it tyrant. I don't remember the fucking phrase now, but it's something like tyrants are judged but God judges us or something like that. It was something along that nature. I don't know how these fucking idiots that have this this group of non-believers got involved in this bench, but they basically filed a huge ass lawsuit on this little tiny town and said, if you don't remove it, we're going to sue the shit out of you. And it ended up getting removed. They took it out of the city park and they gave it back to the VFW. And, you know, it's that to me is just, you know, it's an all out.
And that's where we're going back at. And actually, I pulled that story from our past conversations that we've had, that you brought that up on multiple times. And the biggest thing is, like, suck it up, Buttercup. You know, like, who's it hurting? Is it oppressing you? Do you feel oppressed? Look, if you've got a femoral artery that's bleeding out, I'll understand. But you're sitting there, you could walk past it, preach your atheistic shit that you want, and I don't care. But get the fuck away from me.
Right.
And I'm not going to sit here. You know, you go do what you want to do if you want to preach it or whatever. Now, I can understand they're thinking, oh, this is taxpayer dollars that are screwing us and yada, yada, yada. But it's sickening, and it's getting out of hand. And literally somebody's got to do something about it, or it's just, it's stupid. It is getting stupid.
The funniest part about that whole thing is like the local newspaper for that area did an article and asked for people to do a poll. And a lot of the, you know, I'm just going to say quote unquote atheists, because I don't know if they were or not, but there was, you know, many comments that are like, I'm an atheist. This is my hometown. That bench does not offend me whatsoever. I don't see the reason for it being removed. However, if this group, whoever this atheist group is that filed the lawsuit, if they want to donate a bench to the same city park and put whatever on it, by all means, do it. Just let it alone. You know, it's the local people that didn't have an issue with it. It was somebody, however, caught wind of it, and it blew up into this huge ordeal, and nobody around here really wanted it gone. And that's by all accounts from most of the survey that they did, but it's still gone, and it's just, I don't understand it.
Well, are they happy now? Are they sitting around enjoying their free park without a God symbol on it? That's what I want to know. I want to see them out there singing some kind of freaking kumbaya around a campfire song, celebrating it. Or they probably don't even go anywhere near it now. Now that they've conquered all, they don't go anywhere near it.
Exactly. Once it was pulled, that was it. You didn't hear another word from them. But the same group, they actually did offer to donate a bench, but on it somewhere it was going to be donated by, again, I don't know what the group was, but let's just say the Atheists of America. So therefore, you're putting that belief on a city park that you just sued to get a symbol that had the word God on it removed. And that just, oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
I want to know why well, it's not all of a sudden. It's been a build-up. It's been a build-up. Why is it so wrong to be offended by something if you don't like it? Just like we was talking about the holidays, or you're an atheist and you drive down the road. Well, I don't know where you live, but where I live in the deep South, there's a church on every corner.
Yeah.
So it must just tear your nerves up to be so offended because there's steeples and crosses and graveyards, and I mean, does that tear your nerves up? Why does it tear your nerves up? You know, I mean, was it from my understanding, and this could be false, you know, history is written by the people who want you to believe whatever, but when people started migrating to America back way back, before there was America, it was just what was it? I forget what the hell they call us now, but anyway, you know, we was under whatever rule.
Colonials.
Being Britain.
We were colonials.
You know, it was different religions.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain point, they were fleeing religious prosecution,
pilgrims
or whatever. maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, it was different people from all different walks of life. Not necessarily even coming together. They wanted to get away from Europe. They wanted to do their own thing. And there were many different factions of people that probably didn't even intermingle that much. They were like totally different. Hey, we're going to do our thing over here. We're going to do our thing over here. And as we developed, well, we intermingled. And you didn't have to agree with what they're doing, just like yesterday or today. I don't have to agree with what you do. As long as you don't force it down my throat, I don't give a damn what you do. As long as you're not hurting somebody, infringing on somebody's rights, do whatever you want. I don't care.
You see that sign? It's that flag behind you.
Yeah.
The Gadsden sign. It's, don't tread on me. You know, here's the whole thing. I'm not pushing my agenda on you. And I don't know why people feel like if you're doing a Christian thing, you know, they feel like, you know, you're pushing your agenda on me. I don't see it that way. Hey man, if you want to go out and praise God, do it. I don't care. You want to go out and, you know, worship the devil, but no skin off my back. I don't care. You got to answer to somebody one day. And like the Scotsman said, you know, he doesn't know what's going on. Might be a greater being, maybe not. But I feel that somebody's going to answer to somebody. But ultimately, the key is you treat your neighbor like you want to be treated, and you be a good, genuine person. I personally am a Christian, but that's my belief. If you are not a Christian, I still love you like a brother. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is when people start screwing around with my right to do what I want. So, or forcing their unbeliefs on me. Or fucking with my Second Amendment.
Yeah, just like you said, dude. All right, for prime example, my neighbor downstairs, for example, he pisses me off left, right, and center. He plays loud-ass music. Apartment complex won't do shit about it. They keep telling me call the cops. I'm not going to waste the fucking cops' time. I just won't. It's like wasted their goddamn time, wasted their fucking money. I ain't doing that shit. But you know what? Every time I see the guy, I say, hi, hey, how you doing? I don't care. I'm not going to say something because if I say something, I'm going to get pissed off and do something I shouldn't do. And I'm not that way. I respect the guy regardless of what happens. And just like, you know, Coda said, you got to respect your neighbors, respect the people, you know. It is what it is. Just man up. And, you know, so at some point in time, you got to learn when to speak and when not to speak and when just to say, fuck it, man up, and keep your mouth shut.
Well, I shouldn't say the whole thing. Part of being an American is you have the right to be offended. How you react on that is why a lot of rules and laws are put in place. You can get pissed off, you can get offended, but it's their right probably to offend you, probably to piss you off. And you have the same right on the other end. Now, I'm not talking about running up to somebody and cussing them out. I'm talking about, you know, a shirt you wear that, whether it's religious or something else, or pro-gun or anti-immigration, pro-immigration, whatever it is. I don't have to like what he's got on, but that's his fucking right to put it on. And you know what? I don't give a shit. I don't. You know, you got your beliefs, I got my beliefs. That's what America is. That's what we're supposed to be. And for all these attacks against politicians and the president especially, I mean, I grew up, even, let's just say, I'll give you a prime example. I did not like Obama as my president. I did not. I didn't vote for him. I didn't pull for him. I didn't support him. But let's just say 3 years ago, if I got an invite to the White House and Obama wanted to have a beer with me, you know what I would have done? I'd have went to the fucking White House and had a beer with him. I might have gave him a piece of my mind, but I would have been respectful about it because he is the president of the United States. I know I may piss some people off by saying that, but I respect that position. I respect his, you know, yeah, he wasn't the president I wanted, but at the same time, I still respect that position. And it pisses me off that people are not right now.
That's the difference between you and, I'm sorry, Blue, go ahead.
I was going to say just today, our Pittsburgh Penguins, Stanley Cup champions, by the way, last year, not starting off real good this year, but today they went to the White House, and it was not because they agree with Trump, disagree with Trump. It's a tradition in hockey that the champions go visit the White House. The fucking mayor of Pittsburgh, Bill fucking Peduto, I don't know if he was invited or not invited, or if he was just going to tag along because the Pittsburgh Penguins are from Pittsburgh and he's the mayor. But he had to make it into a political stance as to where I'm not going. I'm not going to go with the Penguins. I don't agree with President Trump. I don't agree with this. So I'm not going to go. But the Penguins all today went with Lord Stanley. So, I mean, it's just, that's what it's about, the respect of the position. You don't have to respect the person, like you just said, but you respect the position. And I'm glad that glad the Penguins did that, and that I can continue to watch them and the NHL at least for a little while till they start pulling their shit.
No, that's it, man. You said it exactly. It's about respecting the position. One of the biggest things I was taught, I've been in retail now for 17, 18 years. I lost count. But basically, one of the biggest rules that I was ever taught was it's how you deliver the message. So being someone that's high up in the area and managing many other people, I don't like to say the word manage because I really don't manage. I direct and assist. And I say that because I always have their back, no matter what. I'm going to take care of them no matter what, so they take care of me. They make me look good, so I got to make them look good. And that's the way I've always worked. I'm there for them because they're there to work for me and help me. So whenever you have to talk to someone about something, for example, whether I like them or not, it's about how I deliver that message. So I have to be courteous. I have to be professional with it. And just like TR said, you know, I didn't like Obama. I absolutely fucking hate Obama. 110%. Fucking hate the man. I knew the minute when I was in Missouri at that time, and all these guys were fucking pro-Obama, Obama this, Obama that. I told every one of them, dude, he gets in, we're fucked. We're going to lose all this shit. He's going to screw us over left, right, and center. No one agreed with me. The minute he got in, every single person freaking was going, oh my God, we're going to lose this, we're going to lose that. But to TR's point, he's still the president. If I met the man, I'm still going to shake his hand because I respect the position. I respect what it is. And it's all these people that hate Trump, for example. Okay, fine. You hate him. That's fine. Whatever. He's still the fucking president. Shake the man's fucking hand. All right. I'm going to get off my rant.
Well, I mean, it's our whole democratic republic that we live in. It's the reason the whole damn system was set up the way it was. If you don't like what's going on, you contact your representative, you contact your senator, you now email, you do whatever you can. You go to rallies, you do what you can do to help influence people to see the message that you're trying to get across. I don't really believe in the party system, but that's what we got. Okay. But I mean, hell, I'm 49 years old. I've lived through, let's see, well, I've lived through more than that. But as far as when I got into voting age, you know, you had Bush Sr., then we had Clinton for 8 years. Then we had Bush for 8 years. And to be honest, I didn't like Bush either. And then we had Obama for 8 years, and now we got Trump. You don't have to agree with the way politics goes, but that's why you get involved. That's why you're part of the process. I mean, I see so many people and hear about so many people, they don't even fucking vote. They don't even vote. And they want to bitch, complain, hate, and kick on or whatever else. And it's like, you're not even in the fucking process. You know, like when Ron Paul ran, I was on the campaign trail. I stood on the stage while Ron Paul did a fucking speech in South Carolina. I was behind him. I was in it to win it. Even though I knew it was a long shot. It don't matter. I was involved. I was trying to make shit happen. I did everything I fucking could. It didn't work, but I was in the process of it. You know, I did everything I could as an individual. If you're not doing everything you can as an individual in our political process, if you just sit on the couch and watch fucking football and then want to bitch about it, you know what? I don't really give a fuck what you think. You know, get out there and do something. You may not win. You may fail miserably. But if you're not in the process of trying to do something, just like this chat, we're not always political, but we're at least sharing ideas, sharing information. We're in the process. We're part of the system to try to get change done. We may not do it. We may fail miserably, but at least we're fucking trying. That's the way I look at it. Sorry, I had to go on a rant there. Okay, did I lose everybody?
No, you're right on, dude. That's exactly it, man. I mean, it's like, for example, the NRA and supporting this band, or maybe not supporting the band, but going back in and looking at the current laws, for example. Let's just go with that, because they're not technically supporting the band. They're saying go back in and relook at the laws. All right. I've never been a member of the NRA. Take that for what it's worth. To me, they are money-grabbing bastards. That's just how I look at it. They are money-grabbing bastards. And why do I look at it like that? Okay, so I look at it like that for a couple different things. They pretty much want your money. They say they go and they do this and they do that. But how much of the money that you guys give them actually goes towards what they do? If you break it down and look at the numbers, not a lot. And for me, they're pretty much screwing everybody that believes in it and using the Second Amendment as a channel to make money for themselves. They're a lobbyist themselves of sorts. And that's it. That's all they are. And I refuse, point blank refuse. And we get them in the store all the time. They bring him in and they try to get me to fucking sign up. And I tell the guy, go fuck yourself, dude. Don't talk to me. I don't care. If I get in trouble, I get in trouble. I don't give a shit. I'm not going to fucking sign up for something I don't believe in. Do I believe in the Second Amendment? Abso-fucking-lutely, 110%. You're not taking my rights away. I believe in guns. I got guns. I'm right fucking here. And this is it.
Oh, gun check, gun check, gun check, gun check, gun check. Look at that pretty little thingy. Woo! Yeah. Scotsman, I think you and I are on the same page when it comes to the NRA. I'm so sick and tired of getting the phone calls, and it's kind of like, all right, now, John, with your help, you know, with the NRA, we can do this and this and this, and, you know, I can go ahead and I can send you one of those beautiful little knives, you know, that we got here, and, you know, for only $17.95 a year, and I'm like, dude, stop, okay? I appreciate what you're doing. You know, you're a freaking you're a fundraiser. You don't even work for the NRA. Do me a favor, kiss some of my ass. If I want to donate to the NRA, I will call them up and I will donate to them. But I don't need some fundraiser calling me up and acting like I'm going to get some beautiful, adorable little blanket. You know, fuck you, asshole. So I'm on the same page. You know what? NRA, go out there and do something.
Yeah,
you know, Dana Loesch, I'd do her, but I'm going to tell you something.
I'm a member of the Ohio Gun Association, and I'm a member of the M1 Garand Association, and I'm a member of the Smith & Wesson Association. Those are the only three I'm a member of. One of them does something that actually helps us and does something where we benefit from it. The NRA, I haven't seen a whole lot from the NRA. I see a lot of bullshit and a lot of smoke and clouds to make us believe they do a lot of shit, but they really fucking don't. And I'm sorry if I piss anyone off. If you're my friend out there, I'm sorry if I piss you off if you don't believe that, but it's fucking true. I'm on the inside. I see a lot of shit. All right, I'm off my NRA rant.
I think from what little, I mean, I'm not very versed in it, but I think the Gun Owners of America is a good association. I'm a member of it. So, yeah, but like I say, you could look at it. Maybe I'm wrong. That's probably the second biggest gun organization that I know of. They seem to be a little bit more active and a little bit more true to the word. I mean, the NRA put a really bad taste in my mouth back when Clinton was in office because they kind of bowed down to the whole Brady Bill thing. And yeah, the NRA and the gun owners, that's been a struggle for a few decades now, at least.
Well, that was Smith and Wesson that really led the way on the whole smart gun / keyhole for the to lock up your guns to appease the lawsuit that was going against them because of the Brady Bill, wasn't it?
I'm not sure if it was or not. I think it was, and it had to do with imports. That's when, well, the Brady Bill did away with Chinese guns, and that's the most ridiculous thing. Like my SKS and my AK are Chinese Norinkos, and their whole argument on that, and that was just part of the Brady Bill, was like, well, this money goes toward their military. Okay. It's a communist country. If you buy a freaking plastic spork from China, guess what? It funds their military.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Brady Bill was bad. The good thing about the Brady Bill, well, I would say the good thing, the only silver lining in the Brady Bill was that they did at least put an expiration date on it, and it is now null and void, other than some things like Chinese firearms. And I think, a little off tangent here, we'll get back to guns here for a second. I think the SKS was the wave that hit America that pushed us into semi-automatic rifles as being okay to own, a cool thing to own, a necessity to own. But because before the SKS, if you were buying guns and shooting and stuff in the 90s, how many people did you know owned AR-15s or AK-47s? It wasn't non-existent, but it was damn near non-existent. And I think the SKS was the introduction to this new thing. It wasn't new, but that it was cool to own a semi-automatic rifle. Because after that, it's when it started, I mean, it just started rolling. And next thing you know, Bushmaster, blah, blah, blah. And the AK started flooding the market and ARs. Because if I'm not mistaken, when the SKS was really selling hard, Bushmaster might have been out. But for the most part, if you wanted an AR-15, you had to buy a Colt. Bushmaster might have been around then, probably was, but that was about it.
Bushmaster came out right at the end of that. You're right, but they were right at the end. They were on the tail end of it.
That was more of the like Ruger Mini 14s were kind of the thing back then.
What I'm saying is, I've seen some comments out there. I'm just saying that Yeah, they were M1 carbines, they were M1 Garands, they were M14s. I mean, I'm not saying there was not semi-auto rifles out then. It just wasn't the cool thing to own, or it just wasn't, cost. They were out there, but it wasn't a big deal. You didn't know anybody that had one. When I first got into, I grew up with firearms. My dad had every damn kind of gun you could think of, but as far as high-powered rifle, they were bolt action or lever action, something to that effect, And I think the SKS actually caused a revolution in the gun owners of America. That's what I'm saying. That make a little more sense, maybe saying it like that.
Yeah, I think majority of the households at the time had shotguns and bolt action hunting rifles, besides the 22 stuff. But yeah, when that stuff came out, it was pretty cool. And then when people started telling you couldn't have that shit, then it was game on. I know in California, it was everybody and their mom started buying them.
I think the very first fun gun I had was an SKS, and I had the folding stock and the 30-round mag, and it was just cheap fun. And I used to bring the kids over, and we'd all sit out there at the lake and just shoot the shit out of it, and it was just a blast. But yeah, that was ARs were expensive. You were looking at $1,000 for an Olympic, or I think my brother had an Olympic lower, and he said, and it had a crack in it. He said, "You want that?" And I go, "When did you buy that?" And he was like, "Man, I bought that in the early '90s." And I go, "You might want to check the serial number." So he called them up, and sure enough, it was a pre-band lower. And I said, "That thing's probably worth $1,000." I think Dirt Road actually had a pre-band lower. Somebody from New York or somebody offered him $800 just for the lower receiver stripped. And he sold it to him. But that's back in the day, man, where the shit was just. An AR was it was huge to have one of those, man. And the next closest thing was an AK-47 or an SKS was just cheap, good fun, man. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, the first rifle I bought when I turned 18 was a M1 carbine, just because of the mag.
Yeah, I mean, there was some military surplus out there, and I remember going to gun show. M1 carbines were like, maybe they were in rough condition, I don't know, but I mean, I remember seeing them for $100, $125 all day long.
Yeah, I paid $90 for that thing. Yeah. I don't know how much it's worth now, but I know it's worth way more than that. I wish I would have bought a few extra.
Yeah, when they were selling the SKSs, it was like the Mosin the Gaunts. I mean, you could just buy a crate of them. Yeah, I take that 5 crate and all. $50 a piece, $60. I think when I bought mine, the price was going up, and I got a carbine model or a paratrooper model. I actually paid $150 for mine, but up till that, they were like $69 all day long. At the worst.
The last crate of SKSs I sold, and there's 10 in it, 10 in the crate, it's $5K. If that tells you how much they went up, I literally sold it for $5K.
Don't you wish we would have known about mountains of cases?
I mean, it's just like now. I mean, whenever the whole the news started breaking about the bump stock thing, I jumped on a bunch of different websites, and you could get them $130, $150 for the mid grade, maybe even the higher end ones. Now you can't fucking touch them. I wish I would have maxed out my fucking credit cards, bought every one I had or every one I could, and then resold it for Christ. I think they're going on Gunbroker $800.
For reals?
They were a lot higher yesterday. Yesterday or the day before, they were up to almost $1,200, and now they're calming down a little bit. They're still about 600 is what I'm seeing them go for.
I've seen them go for cheaper than that. I don't know where you're looking at. If you're just looking on Gunbroker, you need to look a few other places, man. I can send you some links if you're looking for one.
No, I don't want one.
But I've seen them around $400 to $450, depending on what you're wanting.
Buy a new CZ.
Yeah, what's kind of strange? Well, I won't say it's strange, I guess, but it's paying attention to the gun prices and stuff. It's funny how AKs were the cheap gun, ARs were the high end gun, and now actually you can get AR cheaper than you can get AK. Which is good.
It's insane. I got people trying to sell me ARs. So for anyone that doesn't know, I buy and sell for a living. That's my job. I buy and sell for a living. So I got these people coming in and trying to sell me ARs. Well, they go brand new for $399 to $450.
Oh, bullshit. I've seen Cabela's damn, or wherever it is you work. I've seen y'all charging $3,000 for a damn AR and then give somebody $150 for their trade-in. So
go suck
y'all are worse than fucking car dealerships, man. Oh, yeah, see, if we were in Germany, you see, I would have, we'd be giving you at least $300 for this thing. But since we're in the United States and they're basically, Trump's now the president, these things are only worth like, $150. But don't look at
nice.
us.
I'm nice. I offer $200.
No, I sat there and watched the cat. One time he had a Vortex Strike Eagle or some shit on top of his, or not the Strike Eagle, the Strike, whatever, the red dot. Magazines, gun case, and everything, and the dude gave him $400 for the whole thing, and that was a good deal at the time. I mean, and he was like, "Yeah, all right," and I was like, "Shit, dude," and he sold the gun to the guy for like $1,000, and turned around and he's like, "Dude, it is what it is. There's just no market for these things anymore. It's just crazy." And, they're in part of the conspiracy act. I was thinking, well, there goes the gun manufacturers doing their little deal. It's amazing how the market did not jump. It didn't fluctuate. It flatlined, even with this event that we had. And that was the first thing I did was everybody you go watch Palmetto State Armory on their ammo prices or their gun prices. They haven't moved. And that's a good thing. It's a stable market for that. But as you said,
like we were talking about earlier, the market is just leveled off. That's it. It's leveled off.
Well,
and, all the manufacturers made so many expecting Hillary to get in that the prices are going to stay where they're at. It's not going to jump up. No one needs to freak out. I haven't seen anything that indicates that it's going to jump in any way, shape, or form. And so the nice thing is for the buyer is that all the new guns are lower in price.
Yeah.
The bad part is for someone that's trying to trade in to get something else because the used market sucks. It is not a seller's market. It is a buyer's market, period.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I got, it's for what do you need? That's the whole thing. Is like my brother, I traded him the XDM 3.8 compact 9mm with a couple mags and the full kit for the P07. He wanted something that was compact that he can still carry. That gun new at the time when they were selling that full kit was a $600 gun. Now you can buy the XDM for $350 all day long. And Springfield kind of buried themselves when they did their deal, but it's all about what you want, and that's the whole thing. It's the first thing I do when I go to a gun dealer or something, I walk to the used cabinet and I go straight to the used guns because their market is so cut down that it just kills. If you can find a good used gun better than a new gun, I'd do it all day long.
So let me ask you this, and this is a question for everyone that's on the panel right now. So, for example, I bought a gun the other day. My guy called me on the phone and said, "Hey, I got this sitting here. What do you think we can sell it for? What do you think we can pay for it?" And my guys all have a strict rule, but I'm not going to go through all of that. So anyway, I bought an FNX 45 Tactical, the FDE, the whole package. What do you think I sold it for?
$600.
Okay, you're low. Next.
I've seen the used FNX Tacticals on the market for $700.
Okay, so they go brand new for $1,250, $1,300, and you can get them on the used market roughly about $1,000, somewhere in there. I didn't go that high. I refuse to go that high because I'm looking for the quick flip. That's what I do. I'm there for the quick flip. I sold it for $850 and I had it less than 24 hours in my building.
That's crazy. I've seen them used, well, person-to-person sales, but I've actually seen them in the sevens at a retail shop all day long. So you did well on that one.
Yeah, I literally in the last 2 months, everything I have bought, I've flipped within 2 to 3 days. If it sat longer in my shop than 3 days, there was a problem. I literally have sold everything I've bought in the last 2 months, 2.5 months, within 3 days. And that's with a shitty ass market. The market sucks right now.
I don't know. I had a guy ask me, what was it? Yesterday. No, day before yesterday. Day before yesterday. Went to a restaurant, guy I went to school with and stuff. Hey man, you got any guns? You got any guns for sale? And I'm like, nope. I buy guns, but I don't sell them. Can't help you. It's against my religion to sell a gun. I've only done it once in my life, and I still regret it to this day.
Well, I've got they're getting ready to sell our last Glock 20s that we had, and we're going to get them damn cheap. But they still, whenever we got the new ones, it's another Glock 20. It's the Gen 4 now, but I'm going to buy it and sell it. I mean, that's my only intention. Buy it and sell it, because I know I'm going to get it for half of what I'm going to sell it for, and that's what I'm going to do. And I also have and actually, Scotsman, since you're on here, a Ruger 40 caliber carbine rifle. I know I have a chance to get it dirt ass cheap. What do you think a good selling price for something like that is in decent shape?
You know the model?
Not off the top of my head.
Without the model, I couldn't give you a price, man. I need to know the model.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Those rifles were basically our deer killing rifles at work. If somebody hit a deer, instead of wasting a 10 mm on it, we just shot them with the 40 rifle. So
yeah, SoCal just put 350. I would say he's probably in the right ballpark, 250 to 350. Just depends on what it is, but without knowing the model, it's kind of hard to know.
If I can get both of them and make $400 to $500, I'm happy.
In that situation, I would probably do the same thing, Blue.
Well, crazy,
because you're getting the rock bottom prices.
If you know you can make a quick buck, hey, fuck. If it's legal, fucking do it. Whatever.
Well, that's like the last time that we did a sellout at the station. I got the Ruger P345. I got it for $200, and then I got that Oh, what that riot shotgun? I got that for $50, and I'm not getting rid of that riot shotgun. I'm going to keep that forever because I only paid $50 for it. But that Ruger, I paid $200 for it and sold it for $4. You know, I mean, and I had no intention really on keeping it because I didn't like it.
Yeah, you did pretty good, dude.
Yeah, if you can double your money, that's a different situation than me buying a gun that I want, or I come across a good deal and it's like, okay, yeah, that's a good deal on that. You know, it's different. That's a little different situation. And that damn pump shotgun, it's not a pump. I think it's semi-automatic.
You're talking about that shotgun I have. Yeah, that pump's a little loose. Yeah, you fire that round, man, it chambers itself damn near. Oh, you got to go up to like an extra half an inch and you're ready to roll.
I thought it was me. It's like, damn, I've shot many a pump shotgun. What the hell's going on? Because I'd shoot it, and all of a sudden my hand is already chambering another round. I was like, what the fuck was that?
You're going to ban that from me.
It's a bump fire shotgun is what it is.
Didn't you guys break it or something?
No, it's very worn.
It's
worn in really good.
It is very
That's
well
right.
worn.
I remember you guys messing with it.
You shoot it, and like normally you shoot a pump shotgun, you know, you shoot it and then you rack the slide. That gun, you shoot it in your hand, all of a sudden this is back here, and it's like, okay, I'm halfway there. All I gotta do is go forward and I'm ready for another round.
That's cool. All right, M&P 40 with Crimson Trace grips, Scotty, and 6 magazines. About 500 rounds through it. That's it.
Well, okay, so it depends. What, you know, you're in a different state from me. In my state where I'm at, 40 is a really shitty ass caliber, and it really doesn't sell well.
That's in all states.
So I'm just, I don't know your state, dude. I don't know how shitty it is in your state. In my state, it's pretty freaking shitty.
Yeah.
I probably couldn't put it out for more than about $350.
Ouch.
Yeah, 40. That round's not illegal yet.
Unfortunately, so this, you know, 40 is what I call the bitch caliber. And I call it the bitch caliber because basically what it was the FBI at one point in time had 10 millimeter and was like, it's too much, we're pansies, we can't handle this shit. And so they cut it down to a 40.
You realize if you'd say that again, you would still be right. When the 40 cal, they went down to a 9 millimeter because they couldn't shoot the 40s either.
I know, because they're bitches. It's still a bitch caliber.
So the 9 millimeter is really the bitch caliber, but anyways.
Well,
I mean, the 40 is because the 40 is the one that is it's the one no one really wants to shoot. Everyone shoots 9, so you can't call 9 the bitch caliber. Everyone shoots 9 millimeter. No one shoots fucking 40, and if they do, they're stupid.
I don't own a 9. That's
well, I mean, I'm not crazy about the 9 millimeter. I have several of them. It has its place. It's like, and its place is capacity, period. I mean, if you get a good bullet, it'll do its job. It'll punch a hole in somebody. So it's like, to me, and I'm not making fun of transgenders, but I still think the 40 cal is a transgender of the gun world. It doesn't know if it wants to be a 9 millimeter. It doesn't know if it wants to be a 45. It's somewhere in the middle. It's like either be a 9 or be a 45.
That, man, it is definitely the transgender freaking caliber of all calibers. I mean, it's not like you have a 44 Magnum and a 44 Special, or a 357 and a 38. They all know what they are. One knows they're a Magnum, the other knows they're not a Magnum. The 40 is just like, I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm right here in the middle.
All right. Anyways,
It might be good for competition, and it is a good self-defense round. Don't get me wrong. I'm not down anybody that's got a 40. I
would you
just
rather
don't see
hunt
the
bears
need
with a
for it.
10 millimeter or a 45?
I'd take a 10 millimeter all day long.
Yep, 10.
Okay,
I mean,
and why
if you
is
wanna
that?
go for all-out horsepower?
Because
10 millimeter.
it's real simple. A 10 millimeter is a 40 Magnum, essentially what it is. But it knows what it is. It knows what it is. The 40 don't know what the hell it is. The 10 millimeter is straight badass. When you take one of those bullets and you go to put it in the magazine, it's got it right on it.
I shoot a 10 millimeter short. That's what I shoot. I chamber everything in 10 millimeter short.
It's stamped on the brass, dude, on 10 millimeter. Badass.
I just like how accurate they are. I mean, that's a big ass bullet coming out of I don't want to say it's a super high velocity, but down at Farmageddon, whatever that fucking plate was the whole way back at the woods, even though Tom kicked my ass up close, I couldn't hit that stupid tree. That plate that was 100 yards out right at the woods, I could hit that with a pistol all day long.
I shot a 10 millimeter the other day. It was pretty fun, actually.
Yeah, 10 millimeter ain't no joke. Now, they do have downloaded ammo, but if you get a full power 10 millimeter, that is a fucking cannon.
Dude, 10 millimeter is freaking awesome.
Have you
And you're talking to a guy that loves 44 Magnum. 10 millimeter kicks ass.
Hey, do
For
they make a
handgun?
10 millimeter? No, I guess they wouldn't. The grip wouldn't be wide enough.
No. For a 10 millimeter, honestly, it is a badass round.
So it's a 10 millimeter short.
I don't doubt it, dude.
I'm going with that. Fuck it. 10 millimeter short.
What is it, a 10 by 18? Like a 9 by 18?
It's like a 380 of the 9, but it's the 10 millimeter of the 10 millimeter short.
Anytime you're bragging about being short, it's just not a good thing for a guy to do.
That's right. Magnum all the way, baby. Magnum
It works.
all the way.
Yeah, Magnum.
It works.
It's just like buying condoms. I mean, you got to go to the register with the Magnums, even if you have to tie a fucking knot in it or something like that. you can't buy the like normal short size or whatever. Oh, Magnum.
Just get yourself a Magnum.
You know the cashier's gonna look at you weird if you walk up with just a regular pack. She's gonna be like, "Really?"
You got to wear a case of them, though.
Just keep layering them on.
Just keep layering them on.
And then zip tie.
That's right.
Just be careful once you zip tie it. Be real careful whenever you cut that excess part off.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's too early for a train wreck. We're only at 5 minutes after.
I know. Yeah, I started with the damn dirty jokes too early, didn't I?
Yep. We're going to blame
The
that
train
on
wreck started when you invited Rick, and that was almost 2 hours ago. So, shit happens.
Cheers, bitches.
Here he is with his damn liquor again.
That's it. Watch out. Is there any fire around here? Hey, this thing's getting bigger, TR.
Do you have a bullet puller yet?
Nope. I got a bucket.
That's why you got a bucket of bullets.
Put a rope on this thing and then lower it into the fire.
Well, there you go. Just make sure nobody from Florida's there.
Yeah, no shit. Better not be. I'll be leaving.
The best video that I've seen out there is definitely that 50 cal in the fire. I don't that if I need to fucking laugh, I will pull up the videos from that 50 cal and then the golf cart race. That fucking Coda Boy doing his fucking. Was that your sweet tea that the light was through, or was that his jug of bourbon or whatever the hell he had?
That was a jug of bourbon.
That was hilarious.
Oh, he left.
He said he wasn't going to hang out the whole time. Yeah, my video of the, what was it? Yeah, the 50 cal, my view of it, Coda Boy was my spokesman. he was, I was just rolling, and all you hear is Coda Boy the whole time. That's the one.
Battery,
Fuck, my camera died. Good times.
Here's today's work, TR.
Who does the blue bullets? What company is that?
It's actually called Blue Bullet.
Really? Okay.
These guys right here. It's not a bad bullet.
How much of those running you, Rick?
Well, I bought Acme, which is the red ones, right at 9 cents, and then I bought these in the these are 9s, and 40 also, and those are right at 9 cents a round. Actually, the 9 was like 6 cents a round.
Okay, you may or may not know. Are the Acme bullets actually powder coated, or is that a polymer coated?
It's a Molly.
A Molly coat, and the blue are the same?
I think they're the same, but the problem is the blue bullets, when you're reloading, your fingers get all blue.
Yeah, I've seen that in your video. Yeah.
Yeah, so here's the Acme bullet. See how much shinier it is? And then these ones, I actually just did a video today on how to, well, here, I got the shirt right here. So I tumbled a bunch just to see if I get the powder off of it. But then it turned, so what I ended up doing is just basically putting a bunch on here and then going back and forth. And then the powder came off. And then I loaded 200 rounds just to see. And when you load 200 rounds, you like this thumb would be completely blue, and this finger, you know, from putting them on. And just doing this thing actually made it so it was almost as good as the Acme bullet. Now, one thing, and I'll ask you guys, so, and it doesn't matter caliber because I loaded 40 and 9, but actually, let me just check. These will fit. Here, let me. These kind of are a fatter bullet, so you can kind of see a little bit of the bullet right here, which is kind of normal. But on these ones, they're almost a hair thinner, so they don't swell out the brass as much, so they fit in the chamber checker a lot easier, if that makes sense. But let me measure them to see, because they should be the same.
They should be the same, but within Sam specs, whatever the hell it is, Sammy, whatever it is, there is a tolerance, so they could be a little bit thicker. I know when I started powder coating, I realized that after I powder coat, I have to resize because they were too big.
So a 40 cal bullet should be right at 4. And it's this is the Acme's at 4, which would be 0.001. So it's 1,000th off. And then the blue bullet is right at 4. So it's I guess that'd be what, 1,000th. What is that when it's right on just the one right there? 100? 10,000ths? It's one niche off of a straight perfect 4. What is that?
A cast bullet should be 1,000th bigger than your bore. So, like if, say I'm shooting 45, a normal lead bullet, I mean, a full metal jacket would be a 451. A lot of times you want an actual 452 with a lead bullet.
Yeah, so this is 1,000th thicker than the blue bullet.
Yeah. But if it's 4001 or 401,
no, it's 4. Yeah, it would be 4. And then it would be 01.
yeah, see, that's actually not big enough. But do an accuracy test and do an accuracy test and see how it does.
Actually, I did. They worked out really well.
Okay. Let's say it'd be tenths, hundredths, thousand. Yeah, 401 would be what you want.
Yeah, so yeah, it's right where it needs to be. But the blue bullet is right at 4.
But I did see your video. I don't know if you seen my comment when you had the not ruler, but you know, the range of what size they actually were. If within 2,000ths, if you're dealing with cast bullets and they're all within 2,000ths, that's actually pretty good. It may not look it on your scale you did, but if you're within 2,000ths, you're good. Really, I mean, because within 2,000ths is pretty tight for lead bullets.
And they all did fairly well. The ones I shot, they all grouped well. The what I do is I took berries and I took extreme, and I did that same thing. And I wanted to see who had bigger clumps at 180 for a 40 cal bullet for a 10 millimeter short. I'm gonna go with this. I might even make a shirt up. I'm gonna put, it's not transgender, it's just short.
Now, but 2,000ths is very that's actually really tight for cast bullets. So from what I've seen, yeah, you might have a few that were way out of spec, but for the most part, if you're within 2,000ths, you're probably pretty good. You would rather be on the large size,
the heavier,
short. If they're too undersized, you'll get hard fouling and inaccuracy. If they're oversized, unless they're like super oversized, if they're a little bit oversized, you're good. They'll shoot fine.
Yeah.
Because the barrel itself will size the bullet for you. If they're undersized, you'll have gases going by the bullet as it's going down the barrel.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I'm gonna try out these 9mm on Thursday.
I mean, I cast bullets for years without even resizing, because resizers, you had to buy a whole resizer setup and blah blah blah. And then finally Lee come out with a little $15 resizers, and I finally got into that, so I can resize now. Just use a single stage press and resize them. But to start with, for years, I cast a bullet, threw it in a damn water bucket right out of the mold, and whatever the hell size it was, that's what went through the barrel. I didn't give a damn.
Well, have you used the puller on a single stage? I've been looking at those. I want to get one of those.
No, I just got a kinetic puller, the hammer looking deal.
Yeah, I was gonna get one of those, but screw that shit.
Well, you have to beat the shit out of it. The only thing I worry about the little collets that pull the bullets is I'm afraid it's going to damage the bullet. and it might affect accuracy if you're going to try to reuse the bullet. If you're just looking for the brass, yeah. And I'm speaking from inexperience. I've never used one. But if it grabs a bullet hard enough to pull it out of the case, I would think you would have damage. A kinetic puller slings it out, and that bullet's ready to go again. That's just my 2 cents. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Because I've never used one, so I don't know.
So that big old jug might either make it to the fire or...
Nah, just you get those kinetic pullers for like 15 or 20 bucks, and just put a 2x4 out, lay it on the floor, and slam. I mean, you have to slam that hammer down so hard you're afraid you're going to ignite the bullet, even though you know you can't.
Boom! Holy shit!
And it's amazing what that little plastic hammer can take. Don't do it on concrete or whatever. You know, use a board or whatever to slam it on. But yeah, usually 2 or 3 wraps and you'll have it out. I mean, it'll save your powder, the bullets, and everything. And you know, you pour it into a container or whatever. But anyway, I've used one for years and it works. I do the same thing you do. I'll collect them. Okay, time to pull these damn things. And usually by then I've used 4 or 5 different damn powders, and I throw the powder away and just save the case and the bullet.
You're supposed to put it in a Ziploc bag and bring it to the fire.
Mm-hmm. That's the best thing to do.
Right, Blue?
And then have somebody overreact out the ass about it.
And talk about it forever.
Yeah. What it was. Literally, when you done that, I was talking to Blue. You told us you was going to do it. My back was to the fire, and I turned around and looked at you, and I was like, okay. You threw it in, and it went poof. And I was like, well, damn, that was a little bit hotter than I thought it was going to be. And continue talking to Blue. I mean, it's like we didn't even hardly break stride. It's like, okay.
It looks like Parlesk is feeling the AdSense problems we've been hitting. Especially for him, he's got a bigger channel too.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Parlesk, I haven't done your video on the because I can't find the package. It arrived and it's somewhere in the house, and I feel bad, so I'm sorry. I don't know where the hell I put it. It's somewhere in this garage, sitting in a bag. Sorry, brother. Yes, I am the luckiest man I know.
Talking about the Go Gauge thing?
Yeah. Yeah, it came in that little envelope, that plasticky envelope, and I have no idea where I put that thing. He sent it to me a long time ago, and I was going to do a review on it, but I can't find that thing. Yeah, they pulled most of his ads. I know, I've been having the same problem. Yes, way to go, Rick. Yes, I know.
Yeah, the Go Gauge works really good. I like it.
I know.
Is it necessary? No, it's another accessory.
Mm-hmm.
It is a pretty cool thing. It has its place.
Goddamn spring.
Too bad those aren't on the gun broker for $800.
Would you
That'd
say,
be awesome?
What'd you say, Blue?
I said I just got to get off my lazy ass and cut the end of the spring so I can get 4 shells back in it again.
Yeah, I need to get a hold of him and order 1 or 2. All the ones he sent me, I'm shipping off for C-Max thing, but I need to get a hold of him and get one for myself. Because those things are pretty badass. Like, I checked them out before I sent them out, but those things are badass and they work well. Blue, you're the only one that's unmuted. You got to talk, dude.
Oh shit, that was the rule. All right. Well, I was talking small gas engines out in the side chat. I got an issue with an old ass 4-wheeler that ran good. I just use it to plow my driveway. I don't really ride it around in the summertime or anything, but started it up this year and everything was doing good. And I noticed that there was a lot of gas coming out of it. I'm like, what the hell? And I've got gas blowing out the air intake and I've got gas filling up the muffler, which is not good. It should not do that. So it's narrowed down from the chat to either a bad carb with a stuck valve or a timing chain. So
Do you let it run a lot, or does it just sit there for months?
it sits there for months. Literally, it only gets ran in the wintertime when I have to plow.
Yeah, it's probably a carb.
Yeah, I've got a small engine guy I know that probably I just have to take the carb off and set it or get it to him and it'll be fixed. But it was it's an old ass 4-wheeler. It's like a 1999.
Just tap the bottom of the float, see if it works.
What the hell is the bottom of the float? You're talking to somebody that has no idea what the hell you're talking about.
The little bowl at the bottom has a little float in it.
All right, so take the carb back off and smack the bottom of it a little bit.
Or use carb cleaner. Just open it. If you're gonna take it off, just freaking blast a bunch of carb cleaner to it. There's a couple jets in there that could be plugged, but give that a shot.
All right, I'm going to do a plug for Parlusk on the Go Gauge Tactical. Here's what he's selling for anybody that don't know. It's for shotgun. I would assume pump, but maybe it works for automatic too. I don't know. Anyway, say you're running, you run dry. If it's dark, that will allow you'll get a visual through the chamber and down here where you load it, the loading chamber, to let you know, hey, I'm out of fucking ammo. There you go. Just for anybody that didn't know. Very economical. It replaces your follower and gives you a visual. Not that you don't know you're out, but if it's in a really dark condition, you flip the shotgun over to load it, you can see where to put the damn shells. Anyway, pretty cool thing. And now I'm going to load it back up. Just for anybody that didn't know. And I'm throwing shotgun shells all over the place. You said they were work with Benelli's. So there you go. All right. Just a quick plug there for Parlusk. And thank you, Parlusk. Appreciate it.
And for what, 20, 25 bucks for
a something like that. Yeah, they're only like 20 bucks, 25, maybe at the most. I don't know.
Yeah, and anybody that doesn't think that they're going to keep track of their rounds in a high intense situation, you know, I hate to even admit this, but even hunting small game, like hunting birds or some shit, there's one video I put out a while back where I was shooting pheasants and I'm like, boom, because we're only allowed 3. It's like, boom, 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 click, 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 click. I racked that fucking thing at least 3 times and it clicked 3 times before I was like, shit, I'm out. you know, just that little visual stimulation, it could save your life. I mean, that's.
I'm right there with Blue. Like, I got the same thing here in Ohio. You can only have 2 in the tube and then 1 in the chamber. So, you know, you got 3 rounds. After that 3, you know, you're sitting there and you're click, 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 click. You know, you got to know what's going on. It makes it easy. And it works. It really does work.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's any game bird is a federal law. I don't think any state in America, as far as I know, if I'm wrong, let me know. But as far as I know, any game bird, 3 rounds is all you can have in your rifle.
See, now I carry 12 plus basically 1, so I just make sure I keep it in tandems of 3. So I just bring myself and 3 split personalities, and then I can hold 12 rounds. And then I'm good.
You can use as many shells as you want if you're shooting bird. You just don't get caught.
I believe it does vary state to state, though. I believe there are some states you can have more than 3 rounds.
Yeah, I think it depends on the bird.
I don't think there's that many of them, but I know there are some that you can have more than 3 rounds.
There very well could be. In general, I think bird is 3 rounds, but there could be some exceptions to that. But I know, that's why I said, because I don't know. I don't bird hunt. I don't hunt at all, period. I fish. I like to fish. I used to hunt squirrel and rabbit when I was a teenager, but that's about it.
And for
I think I mean, not trying to just fucking blow up Parlusk or anything. I think in a self-defense situation with a shotgun, more than likely it's going to be dark. You're going to be in a low light situation. Whether the light triggers you to know you're out or if it just helps you with reloading, either way or both, I think it is a good invention. I think it is a good accessory to have for a
Billy
shotgun.
has
And
the
the easy
best
as
question.
put in there, why not?
Where's our worm video, TR?
It's coming up tomorrow. I've been working the last 2 days, dude.
He said it was going to be Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday night bull ring.
Depends where you're at, buddy.
Yeah. I could do it at 9 o'clock at night, but it just wouldn't be the same. You would have to just trust me.
Well, I'm trying to see how many worms you get so I can have my video and try to compete.
Man, I'm telling you. I didn't come up with that shit. And I'm telling you, there's a channel out there called Worm Getter. If anybody wants to see somebody bring up worms from the earth with 2 sticks, he's the guy. But I'm going to do a video tomorrow anyway. I heard about this before I found his channel. I was looking it up and found his channel. And he's a cool guy. He's a good friend of BC Trucks. What is it? BC anyway. Trucks, Guns. Fuck.
I know who you're talking about.
Now. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, but
I know it works. I just want to see it. I want to see how many worms you get.
Yeah, I'm going to do it
Actually,
tomorrow.
my son's got a lathe. I'm thinking about building an actual nice one.
I'm going to do it tomorrow, and I'm going to bring up some earthworms. And I may go ahead and gather them up, throw them in a little container, and I'm going to go to Sonia's house, and I'm going to jump in her canoe and go fishing with them.
Yeah, I think that's freaking badass. It's way better than digging them up and cutting them in half and trying to get them out of the dirt.
There you go. BC Truck Rebuild, Repair, and Repurpose. He's done some videos with Worm Getter. Those 2 guys are a hoot.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm going to build me a couple of sticks.
It's amazing the way you can get worms up. Sticks, and there's a few other ways to do it too, but I'll let TR post his video first, and I might post something later.
I'm going straight up competition. Damn Blue.
Hey, I got to work.
I got to work too, man. I hear you, dude.
Yeah. It's been right at the 2-hour mark. If it's not at the 2-hour mark, we're at 11:30. I try to end them at 11:30 because I know half the time I got to go to work too. I don't have to tomorrow, but it is at 11:30 mark, and that's usually when we go ahead and cut this off. I think we had a good chat, and we covered some good stuff, and I think we had a good chat. It's our normal BS session, but with some serious stuff through in there, and I think it makes for a well-rounded chat. So I appreciate you guys for coming on. I really do. Let's see. Okay, I'll have my Sunday night chat, and I guess me and you, Scotsman, are going to have Wednesday night chat as well.
Yep, we'll be on tomorrow doing the giveaway.
Yep, there you go.
There'll be hopefully you can get a certain other person on there too, and then we'll have someone else that is already prepared and ready to go.
All right, well, send me a PM with the details of what you need me to do, and we'll make sure and get it all set up and done right. Okay.
Yep, I'll text you in the morning.
Okay, man. All right. With that, we're gonna go ahead and end this. Thanks everybody for coming by. We had a great audience as usual. A lot of great comments, a lot of good ideas and information out there. But I'm gonna go down the line. I'm gonna let everybody do an outro, and there you go. I'm gonna start with Blue this time. Blue, would you like to do an outro?
Just real quick on Parlus thing, it's www.gogagetactical.com, and if you enter the coupon code LE20, you're going to get 20% off. So just wanted to make that quick mention. As far as the giveaway tomorrow night, I want to promote it, but there's no reason for anybody else to show up because I'm going to win. But now everybody show up, support C-Max, do everything, and do everything you can to help this fella out. We're all going to need help at some point in time. And Scotsman, thanks for doing that. TR, Rick, and Coda Boy, you skipped out on us. Everybody out in the chat, good seeing you all again.
Well, thanks for jumping in, Blue. You're one of the regulars here, you and Rick, and I do appreciate it. I really do. Rick, would you like to say anything, brother?
No, thanks again, and thanks for the support out there. Other than that, that's about it. Check out some new videos coming up. See you guys, and appreciate it.
Okay, Scotsman, would you like to do our outro?
Appreciate you having me on as always. I know I'm not always on every week, but whenever I can, I do appreciate the invite. Appreciate everyone that has helped C-Max so far. It's a big cause, and he's one of our own. That's kind of why I started this thing. It's nothing to do with me. It's all about him and trying to help him out. So I appreciate everyone. Please show up. Watch tomorrow. Again, it will be on TR's channel. We're trying to drive a little bit more traffic. We have one more giveaway after this one, which is the AR package, but tomorrow night is the Reloaders package, which pretty much has everything in it you need other than brass, bullets, primers, and powder. So huge package. We're talking $1,000 plus. So everybody please show up, watch that, help out, support C-Max. If you want to get in, I need to know before 5 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time. So if you guys want in, again, put your money in on C-Max's site. I believe TR is probably going to post it in here. If not, we'll get a link out there. But please donate to that and then email me a copy of your receipt or a screenshot of your receipt to thecrazyscotsman2498@gmail.com, and I will get you guys added in on the spreadsheet. And then tomorrow will be the drawing. But again, I need it by 5 o'clock Eastern time so that I have enough time to update the spreadsheet and get everything organized before we do the drawing live at 9:30 tomorrow night.
There you go. I don't have the link handy, but as soon as this chat's over, I will include a link to C-Max's whatever it's called anyway, his donation site. It's his site. There's no second party involved in it. And all you got to do is give $10, shoot the Scotsman a PM showing a screenshot, a picture, however the hell you want to do it. Let them know, hey, this is who I am. I donate $10 and you're in a drawing. Like I said, I'll include it in the description of this video after we're done with this. So you can go back and after the chat's over with, go back and catch the link. It'll take me a few minutes, but I'll get it put up there. If I had it handy, I'd throw it on external, but I don't have it handy. So I'll just put it in the description below. And yeah, check in tomorrow night. We'll do the drawing. It'll be a quick little video. It's not going to be a long video. I might even be at a remote location. You never can tell. Anyway, thanks everybody for coming by. And we'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully. And if not, I'll see you Sunday, Tuesday, just my normal chat whore nights, or excuse me, chat slut nights. And thanks everybody for coming by. We'll see you next time. Later.